So good day, everybody. We're going to discuss now the chapter 23, which is electric potential. So before we go to our topic or the content, so let's review first the work done by a force on, you can find this topic on chapter 6. So if you recall that the work done from this particle, a ball, moving from this point to this point is just equal to this formula like that. So we have the integral from A to B of the force times the displacement. So so we can see here that this ball is under the influence of the weight force. So the weight force undergoes a displacement from A to B. Therefore, uh, this weight force is doing work. So the work done by the weight force from A to B is just equal to the negative change of the potential is equal to mgh. So this is what we discussed in chapter 6. Okay. So say for example, we want to do this in the component form. So if force the component form of force is looks like this, and we have here the dl, which is equal to the dx I hat plus dy j hat plus dz k hat. And if we multiply the dot product of f dot dl is just equal to the 0 times dx is equal to 0 plus negative mg times dy plus 0 times dy will be is just equal to negative mg dy. So so the work from A to B, if YA is just the initial height uh, to the final height at initial to the from point A to B. So f dot dl is just equal to m the integral of this term here. Okay. So the integral of dy is just equal to y. Okay. We integrate dy is just equal to y. We just factor out this constant, and the integral of dy just y. We have this boundary, so yb minus ya. So this is just equal to the final, we call this one is the gravitational potential energy, and the other one minus the negative change of the gravitational potential energy. So this is equal to the negative change of the particle's potential gravitational potential energy. Or if you get rid of this negative, so you just interchange this one. So the initial minus the final. Uh, MGY, MGY, MGYA minus MGYB, which is, if we factor out it again, YA minus YB is just the height. So this is equal to mg times height. So we call this mgy as the gravitational potential energy. So it means that the more the particle, the more the height, the if you the more you put the particle up, the greater the y, the greater the height, is the greater the gravitational potential energy. So actually, we can also apply this concept into an uh, uh, electric electric concept in electricity and magnetism. So just like uh first this we're going to create a uniform electric field like this. Okay. So for example, we have plates, positive plates and negative plates separated by a distance d here. So there is an electric field that is downward. Okay. This is so meaning if you have a positive test charge Q sub O, and because of this, because electric field is from here to here, and this is positive, we assume this is positive, so it will feel a force downward. So uh it's like when the ball when it's like you have a ball you that is falling, it's under influence of gravity. So if you see a falling ball and the force is equal to the weight force, here the it looks like a falling ball. There is a force which is equal to Q sub E Q sub O times the electric field. Okay. So if we apply we want to find the work from A to B. So we just do this. But this time the magnitude of our force is just equal to Q sub O times E. Okay. So again, we're gonna integrate this one. The integral of dy is just equal to YA over YB. So let's assume that this is YA and this is YB. This is YA here and YB here. Okay. So the work from A to B is just equal to the negative change of the electric potential energy. Okay. Which is equal to Q sub O YA minus YB. So we get rid of the negative. So we know that YA minus YB is just, or A minus B is just D. So we have the work from A to B is just equal to the Q sub O A D. So we call this one, we call the potential energy. This one U is just the potential energy in a uniform electric field is just equal to Q sub O times E times Y. So if you have this setup, the more the height, if you have this setup here, the greater the height, the greater the electric potential energy. So of course, so this formula here for the electric potential energy uh, works the same even if you are from your displacement is from YA to YB. However, uh, uh, different thing will happen if you have now a negative charge Q sub O, because negative charge Q sub O moves in the direction of E. So if you move in the direction of E like this, okay, the field does a negative work on charge. So the potential increases. If if like this, you have a negative charge Q sub O moves in the opposite of the electric field, the field does positive work on the charge, the potential decreases. So as you move up, the potential decreases. Okay. So let's find out now what is the electric potential energy of 2-point charges. Okay, you recall when we this concept are similar to the concept of gravitational potential energy as well as the elastic potential energy. So we're talking about here about the potential energies. So say for example you have a positive charge Q here. You want to move it from A to B in the presence of positive charge Q. So point A has a radius RA and point B has a radius RB, while the radius from the positive charge to the test charge Q is just R. Okay. From the formula, uh, so the work from A to B is just equal to the force that the dl f dot dl. Okay, here dl is just equal to dr r hat. So the direction of this vector here is the same direction as your force. So the force is in the direction of r hat also. So F dot dl, the dot product of r hat is just 1 times 1 cosine 0 or 1, just this term here are just 1. This one is just 1. Okay? So we integrate this one from a to b. So this we integrate this one from a to b. So what will happen is that the work from a to b, from the radius RA to radius RB, is just this one. This term here, the force dr. Okay, so let's, because this is constant, the magnitude of the force is just this one. Uh, this is constant. So let's put it out on the integral. So we're left of 1 over r squared dr. Okay, so take note that the integral of 1 over r squared dr is just equal to r neg. So it it would look like this. If you put this up, it will become negative 2 like this. 1 over r squared is equal to r over 2 negative 2. So that's why from the formula, like the integral of t to the power of n is just equal to t n plus 1 over n plus 1. Okay, so if that's the case, so we have negative 2 plus 1 over negative 2 plus 1. So we have negative 1 here. Okay, you have negative 1 r1. So we're gonna put this back like this in this form. So we have 1 over r, rb over ra. Then, since this is the integral of this term, we're gonna put, so, so what will happen is that the first here, the first boundary, RB minus the lower boundary. Okay. So then, if this is the integral of that term, we're gonna put it back. We're gonna substitute this one by this one. So we have q sub of 4 pi e naught times this one. This is from the work the work that you need to do to move this positive test charge from A to B, to move this test charge from A to B in the presence of this positive charge. So the electric potential energy of the 2-point charges is just equal to 1 over 4 pi E naught, the charge Q, and the charge Q sub O over R. So the difference between the this one potential electric potential energy and the electric field has the square of its distance, or r squared here, also the force r squared, but the electric potential energy has only r. We can also calculate the electric potential energy with similar point charges. So take note that the electric potential of 2-point charges is given by this one. So if in the presence of several point charges, the potential energy with several point charges, if this is the Q sub O, and the potential of that in the presence of the several charges is just equal to 1 over 4 pi E naught Q sub O over R. So we have Q sub 1 R1 plus Q sub 2 R2 plus Q sub 3 R3. So if in the presence of many charges, then uh, this formula is equal to 1 over 4 pi Q sub O of R summation of I Q sub I Ri. Okay. There is also called the electric potential energy of the system of charges, where the electric potential energy is equal to 1 over 4 pi E naught Q sub over R. The summation of I is less than J. Q sub I, this is J. Q sub J over Ri J. So here, if the two charges have the same sign, the interaction is repulsive. The electric potential energy is positive. So if you look at this, as the distance approaches to zero, the potential approaches to infinity. As the potential, as the distance approaches to infinity, the potential approaches to zero. If the two charges have opposite signs, the interaction is attractive and the electric potential energy is negative. Okay. So as the as r approaches to zero, as the distance approaches to zero, the potential approaches to negative infinity. And as r approaches to infinity, the potential approaches to zero. Okay. So say for example, we're gonna answer example 23.2, a system of point charges. So we have 2 point charges are fixed positions on the y-axis. So q sub 1, q1 or q sub 1 has a charge negative e at x is equal to 0, and q sub 2 has positive e at x is equal to a. So find the work that must be done by an internal force to bring a third point charges q sub 3 is equal to positive e from the infinity to x is equal to a. So the work from a to b, the work that must be done by an external force to bring the third charge from q sub 3 plus from infinity to x is equal to 2 is just equal to this one here. The one that we derived. Those are equal the work from A to B, which is equal to the potential at A minus the potential at B. So the potential at A is at x is equal to A, and the potential of B is at infinity, which is we know that this is equal to 0. So the work from A to B, or which is also equivalent to the work that must be done by the external force to bring the third point charge at Q3 from the infinity to x is equal to 2a. So therefore, using the formula that we derive, uh, so the potential, electric potential energy is equal to Q sub 3 over 4 pi E naught times the presence of Q1. So Q1 over R13, so this distance here, plus Q sub 2 and this distance here. So the charge of Q3 is positive E 4 pi E naught. So the charge of Q1 is negative E, and the distance here from here is just 2A, and the distance of the charge of 2 is positive E, and the distance is just uh A. So A. So if we multiply this one, so we have it's just like negative, just like negative 1/2 plus 1 is just equal to 1/2. So 1/2 times times 1/4 is equal to 1/8. Okay, and then so we have 8. Then this one is e squared over 4 pi times a. So if you factor out what I mean, but if you factor out uh, e over a, so we're left with negative 1/2 over plus 1. Okay, which is when we add this one, it's just equal to 1/2. And we multiply this one with by this, it will become 1. This is the 1/8. That's why there's 1/8. And this one times this one, that's why there's e squared. So the negative will be gone because negative 1/2 plus 1 is just equal to 1/2. So you know that already. So find the total potential energy of the system of these three charges. So let's find the potential total potential energy of the system of charges. Okay, so this is different from this one. So the formula is just this is J is this one summation 1 over 4 pi e naught q sub o r summation of I minus J. So we have QI, QJ, RIJ. Okay. So we have boundary here. Uh so J must be J must be greater than I so that this will prevent us from redundant pairing. Okay, so just like this. So if we pair this with this one, we pair this with this one, pair this one, we pair this one, we pair this one, and the next is we pair this one and we pair this one. We cannot pair them back to Q1 and Q sub O because based on the boundary, uh, J must be greater than I. So that's what prevented to redundantly to avoid redundancy of pairing. So that's what the problem means. So we have Q1, so for example, we have Q1 to Q2. So this one to this one, the distance is A and the charge is negative and positive. The next is Q1 and Q3. So we have negative, positive, and the distance is 2A. And the next 2 times 3. So we have positive E over A. And that's all. We cannot pair this back, the 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 3 and 1, because of this boundary here, because of that condition here. So we have, see if we do our mathematics, it's just equal to negative E squared over 8 pi E naught A. So those are the concept of electric potential energy. So if you do the further study of physics, you will encounter this electric potential energy of the system of charges, especially when you're studying molecules. Okay, so let's define what is a potential. So we already discussed the electric potential energy. There is a quantity called potential. A potential is V is a potential energy per unit charge. So it is a potential energy. So the potential energy is defined by U per unit charge divided by Q sub O. So V is equal to the potential energy per unit charge. The SI unit of potential is volt or joules per coulomb. So joules is Newton meter. So that's the unit of our potential. Okay. So we already derived that the work from A to B over Q sub O is equal to the negative change of uh, potential energy, electric potential energy. If we divide this by Q sub O, so this is what we're going to happen, which is equal to Q sub A minus Q sub B over Q sub O, which is now will be equal to the potential of A minus the potential of B. So the difference VA minus VB is called the potential of A, A with respect to B. We sometimes abbreviate this difference as VAB. VAB is equal to VA minus VB. Okay. The voltage of this, if you look at the battery, the voltage of this battery equals the difference in potential VAB, which is at VA minus VB. We're going to study this in our next chapter. So between its positive terminal point A and its negative terminal point B. So that's the potential difference. So we will discuss now about this in our next chapter. So we can calculate the electric potential using the formula, for example, the electric potential due to a point charge. is equal to uh 1 over 4 pi E naught Q over R, where Q is the value of the point charge and R is the distance from point charge to where the potential is measured. We have electric constant. Also, if electric potential due to a collection of point charges like this, and if the potential is due to a continuous charge distribution, so we're gonna use an integration over the charge distribution. So this is the formula for that. Okay. So let's apply first this uh, calculating electric potential due to a collection of point charges. So, so an electric dipole consists of charge Q1, which is positive 12 nanocoulomb, and Q2, which is negative 12 nanocoulomb, placed 10 centimeter apart. So they are placed 10 centimeter apart. Compute the electric potential at point A, at point B, and point C. So take note that the formula for the electric potential due to a 2-point charges or similar charges is just this one. So where Q is the value of the point charge, okay? Q, the point charges. So we have 1 over 4 pi Q sub 1. So first at point A, let's find the potential at point A. So at point A, Q sub 1 is what? R1 is 0.60 meters or 66 centimeter. And R2 is just 0.40 centimeter. Okay. So we have the value of charge, nanocoulomb means times 10 to the negative 9. So the value of 1 over 4 pi is 9 times 10 to the 9 Newton times meter squared per coulomb squared times the charge of Q1 over the R1, which is 0.60 meter, plus the charge of Q2 over the distance of Q2 to point A, which is 0.40 meter. If we do our calculator, it is negative 900 volts. So now, at point B, so the point B is different from point E. So let's calculate the potential at point B. Okay, so we have the same constant, the same charges, but uh, due to Q1, so at point B, the Q1 now is what distance? So it is just 0.40 meter plus the distance of Q2 now at point B to Q2 now is what? 0.140 meters or 14 centimeter, 0.140 meters. So the value is uh, 1929 volts. Okay, you can confirm that one using your calculator. Okay, the point C, the potential at point C here. So it is very obvious that uh, because of this negative and positive charge, they have the same distance here, equidistant. Then the potential at point C is equal to 0. So that's how you calculate electric potential. So we also have the find the potential, or we have this problem here where we're asked to find the potential at height y between the two opposite charged parallel plates discussed in section 23.1. Okay, if you remember the work from A to B is just if you want to go here from A to B, so the work that is just equal to Q sub O EY. So we already calculated this. So let's say that at point B, the y is equal to 0. Therefore, the potential at point B is equal to 0 because Q sub O E times 0 is just 0. At potential the potential energy at the coordinate y, U sub A is equal to Q sub O times EY. Okay, that's the potential at coordinate y. So the potential at height y is just Q sub O EY. So this is the potential Q sub O EY. I mean the potential energy, the electric potential energy at height y is just this one. If we divide that one by the Q sub O, which is we get the potential or the electric potential energy per unit charge. This is equal to Q sub O cancel. So the potential is just E times the height, EY. So uh, if you want to find the potential from point from with the height D, therefore the potential of that is just A times D or AD uh, between this height here, AD. So how about if you are asked to find the potential of a continuous charge distribution, such as this one? So a potential of a line of charge. So a positive electric charge Q is distributed uniformly along a line of length 2a, lying along the y-axis between negative a and y is equal to positive a. So find the electric potential at point P on the x-axis at the distance x from the origin. So what do we know here? So we know that the total charge dq of this length dy is equal to the linear charge density times this height dy. That's the total charge of this element or this segment here. Okay. So the linear charge density is just equal to the total charge over the total length. Total length here is just 2a. Total charge is q. So we can substitute this one. So our dq is q over 2a dy. So what we also know that uh, r, the distance from dy to at point P is just x squared plus y squared. Okay. Square root of x squared plus y squared. So from our formula, 1 over 4 pi e naught integral from negative a to a dq over r. So let's transpose our dq here. Okay, our dq is q over 2a dy. So this is our uh, potential. So if we put the constant out, so 1 over 4 pi e naught q over 2a integral of dy over the square root of x squared plus y squared from negative a to a. So we integrate this one from negative a to get the whole potential. So the integral formula is given by this one. Then I mean the integral of dy square root of x squared plus y squared negative a to a is equal to ln of y plus the square root of y squared plus x squared integrated from negative a to a. So if you put the upper boundary here, so it will become the first term ln a plus a squared plus x minus ln negative a plus square root of negative a squared plus x. So we have so you can put this one in this formula ln square root of a squared plus x squared plus a and ln square root of a squared plus x squared minus a. So if you substitute here from this term here, okay, so we have now 1 over 4 pi e naught q over 2a times this term here, ln of this one. Okay, that is the potential. This is the potential of the line of charge like this, which is a length 2a, a total charge q. This is the potential of that at point P. A distance x from the origin. So you can also find the electric potential from the electric field. So here in the figure, so the work, since the work So the definition of work from A to B is the integral of F dot dl, which is you know that the force is just equal to Q sub O times E. Then uh, the work over the Q sub O is equal to the V sub A minus VB. Then this is equal to the integral of E dot dl. Okay, mawala atong Q sub O. So from this formula, uh, we get that the electric potential difference VA minus VB is equal to the integral path along A to B. Uh, this is the integral path along A to B and the scalar product of the electric field and the displacement vector. Okay. So if you look at this one, if you look at the figure, if you move in the direction of the electric field E, okay, the electric potential V decreases. If you move in the direction of the opposite E, V increases. So say for example, a positive charge, point charge, V increases as you move inward and their potential decreases as you move outward. But if it's a negative point charge, your V decreases as you move inward and V increases as you move outward. So this is example of finding a potential by integration. Okay. So by integrating the electric field in equation 23.27, find the potential at a distance r from the point charge q. So take note that the potential difference from point A to point B is equal to the integral from A to B of E dot dl. Okay. So E dot dl, so the electric field is in that direction, in the direction of R. So R hat and the direction of our dl, or we call this one the displacement vector, is also along R. So R hat. So this is equal to 1. So the potential, so we treat that the potential uh the point B is in infinity. So the potential B is equal to 0. So from in point charge, so from infinity I will put here at point A. So VA now, or just the potential at that point, a distance R, is equal to the integration of R to infinity of our 1 over 4 pi E naught Q over R squared dr. So the integral, so we just put the constant out. So we have dr over R squared. So the integral of this, we'll split this up, it become -2. So we use the formula. So it will become r -2 plus 1 over -2 minus plus 1. So what will happen is -1 over -1. So we have q over 4 pi e naught r -1 over -1. So we can factor out. So it will become like this. Let's put it down. Q over 4 pi e naught 1 over r. So minus 1 over r. If we use our what we call this one boundary, so this is the upper limit, which is r, this term, minus the lower limit, this one infinity, so this will become 0. So we have the potential q over 4 pi e naught r. So this is how you use the find the potential by integration. So when a particle with charge q moves from a point where the potential is V sub B to a point where it is V sub A, the charge in the potential energy U is just the electric potential energy at A minus the electric potential at B is equal to Q times V sub A minus V sub B. So if the charge Q equals the magnitude of E, if the charge has the magnitude E of an electron charge, of the electron charge, the potential difference is just 1 volt. Okay? And the change in energy is defined to be 1 electron volt or E volt. So you can use this one, this conversion factor, that 1 E volt is just equal to 1.602 times 10 to the negative 19 joules. So we're also gonna discuss the equipotential surface. An equipotential surface is surface in which the electric potential is the same at every point. And one thing to remember that the field lines in an equipotential surface are always mutually perpendicular. So it is shown across the section of the equipotential surfaces, blue lines and electric field lines. So for a single positive charge, okay, here, uh, a, for example, at this point here, if you want to find the potential at this point, so you will get 30 volts, and from here to here, also 30 volts, and from here to here, 30 volts. Okay, that's what we call equipotential surfaces. So the field lines, if we have a dipole, so this is what will happen. So if positive and negative charge, so the you have this form here, and if it's the same charge, so this is the gonna be the form of the surface. Okay, and take note that for a conductor, uh, when all charges are at rest, if the surface of a conductor is always an equipotential surface. The electric surface just outside the conductor is always perpendicular to the surface. So you can read more about that in your book. So you can also find electric field from a potential from a potential. So if the potential is known as a function of the coordinates x, y, and z, the components of the electric field E at any point are given by the partial derivative of V. So see the examples in 3.13 and 23.14. So if you have the you can get the electric field E, okay? If you if you use the partial derivative, it's given by the partial derivatives of the V. So, for example, 23.13, so the potential and the electric field of a point charge from equation 23.14. So the potential at a radial distance r from a point charge q is V, which is equal to 1 over which is equal to q over 4 pi e naught 1 over r. So find the vector electric field from this expression of the potential. Okay. So take note that 1 over r is just equal to 1 over the square root of x squared plus y squared plus z squared. And the potential will become q over 4 pi e naught 1 over square root of x squared plus y squared over z squared. So from the formula, you can get the electric field vector in this vector form if you take the partial derivative of v with respect to x plus the partial derivative of v with respect to y and partial derivative of v with respect to z. Okay, so this must be y and z. Okay, so here if we plug in the potential here to, for example, here and here and here. So this is gonna be our expression. So partial over partial of x of the potential I hat plus the partial with respect over partial of y of our potential j hat plus partial over partial of z of our potential k hat. Okay, so we can further simplify this. I mean, okay. So to get the partial derivative of, for example, of this function, okay, partial of x over partial of x of q over 4 pi e naught. Okay, so what does it mean? That we're gonna derive this one with respect to x, and we're gonna treat x and z as constant. So let's take this constant out. So we have partial over partial of x, and we're gonna take this one into this form: x squared plus y squared plus z squared to the power of negative one half. And the partial over partial of x. So we're gonna derive this one with respect to x. Let's make that y and z uh, constant. So we have using the chain rule. So we have negative one half. We have x squared plus y squared plus z squared to the negative one half minus one, and the derivative of the partial derivative of the what's inside this one, which is equal to the partial over partial of x squared plus y squared plus z squared. Since these are constant, the partial derivative of this are zero, or the derivative of that is zero, and the derivative of x squared is just 2x. So we have here 2x times this expression here times this one times one half. So if you simplify, so this will be cancel. The negative is still here. So 1 over 4 pi e naught, and the q and the x will be here, and the negative 3 halves will be down. So this is the form. So the same also for the partial over partial of y of the potential, and partial over partial of z of the potential. So this is gonna be our result. Okay, I challenge you to do this. Although I showed you the result, but you are in the exam, you will be asked to show your solutions. If we take this one to be r cube, so what will happen to this three term here is 1 over 4 pi e naught q over x squared r cube, and so on. Okay, and then we're gonna plug in this back here. We're gonna plug in this back here. So what will happen? It will become 1 over 4 pi e naught qx r cube I hat plus negative 1 over 4 pi e naught qy r cube j hat plus negative 1 over 4 pi e naught qz r cube k hat. Okay? Okay. So we can further simplify this. We can multiply the qx r cube. We just simplified it. Okay, and we can factor q over r squared. Let's put this one r x I hat plus yj hat plus zk hat k hat. So we factor out 1 over 4 pi e naught r squared q over r squared. So if you look at this one, this is just the vector r. So this is the vector r over the magnitude of the vector r is just equal to the unit vector r hat. So this one, the unit vector r hat. So the electric field is just equal to 1 over 4 pi e naught q over r squared r hat. Okay, so we are able to get the potential. We are able to get the our potential electric field from the potential. So we already discussed the electric potential energy. So the electric potential, and how to find the electric field from electric potential energy. So for the this one, for this topic, I'm encouraging you to read our book to further understand this concept. So God bless us all, and thank you.